Hello, today I'll be reading the book Antarctica by Lucy Bowman. Down south. Antarctica is the most southern place on Earth. Most of the land is covered in thick ice and snow all the time. Ice also floats on the sea. This is called an ice shelf. A land of ice. Antarctica is the coldest and wildest place in the world. Most of the world's ice is in Antarctica. It is so cold that every winter the sea around Antarctica turns to ice. In summer, some of the ice melts and rocky beaches appear by the sea. There are dry valleys where no snow falls. There are driest places on Earth. Only the tallest mountains can poke through Antarctica's thick ice. Crashing waves have carved this ice into a strange shape. The wind is so strong in Antarctica that you can lean against it without falling over. Icebergs ahead. Icebergs are massive blocks of ice that break off ice shelves. They float in the sea around Antarctica. This is the edge of an ice shelf. It has a huge crack in it. The ice breaks away and the iceberg floats off. This is the tip of an iceberg. Most of the iceberg is hidden underwater. Icebergs come in many shapes and sizes. Big icebergs are called ice islands. Small icebergs are called bergy bits. There are even bright green icebergs, but scientists disagree about why they're green. Life on the ice. Scientists live in research stations in Antarctica. They study things such as the ice, animals, and the weather. These scientists are using a weather balloon to take measurements high up in the sky. They weigh and measure young seabirds to check that they are healthy. They collect lots of different rock samples to study back at the station. Sometimes scientists travel away from their station and live in tents. A piece of ice once broke off the ice shelf carrying a research station. Keeping warm. Scientists who work in Antarctica wear layers of clothes to keep them warm. A scientist puts on a large layer of thermal underclothes. She then puts on a sweater and thick socks and gloves. The next layer is made of material that keeps out the wind. She wears special boots and warm hats. In Antarctica, the sunlight bounces off the white snow. This scientist is wearing goggles to protect his eyes. Crossing the ice. Scientists travel quickly from place to place on fast skidoos like the one below. Skidoos slide over the ice on metal skis. Food for the research stations arrive by ships. Strong ships called icebreakers clear a path for the supply ships through the ice. The front of the icebreakers rises up over the ice. It crashes down its weight. Its weight breaks the thick ice. The supply ship sails safely through the path in the ice. Under the sea. Many different creatures live in the sea around Antarctica. A krill is like a shrimp. Most birds and sea animals in Antarctica eat them. Ice fish have special blood that stops them from freezing in icy waters. Antarctica sea spiders have tiny bodies and lots of long, thin legs. Colossal squids can be longer than 2 buses put end to end. Some Antarctic jellyfish can be enormous. This jellyfish eats small fish and krill. This diver has swum under the ice to take photos. Pick of the penguins. Penguins live on the ice and in the sea. Unlike most birds, they cannot fly, but they are very good swimmers. These Endelie penguins are diving into the sea to hunt for krills. Penguins travel quickly on ice by sliding along their bellies. A mother emperor penguin lays an egg and gives it to the father penguin. He keeps the egg warm in his pouch. She leaves to find food for herself. The father penguins huddle in a group for warmth for over 60 days. The egg hatches. The mother penguin comes back to care for the chick. Blueberry beasts. Seals have lots of fat called blubber under their skin. It keeps them warm in the icy water. These are weddell seals. They use their teeth to make holes in the ice so they can breathe. Elephant seals are the biggest seals in Antarctica. The biggest and fiercest males are called bulls. A young male seal moves toward a large bull. The bull roars through his trunk-like nose. The young seal is frightened and moves away. Giants of the deep. Thousands of whales go to Antarctica every summer to eat krill. A humpback whale swims around the krill. It blows air bubbles from its blowhole. The krill are trapped. The whale swims up with its mouth open and catches the krill. These killer whales are hunting together in a large group. They eat fish, squid, penguins, and seal. A blue whale can weigh the same as 25 elephants. Soaring seabirds. Many birds fly to Antarctica every summer when there are lots of squid, fish, and krill in the sea for them to eat. This is a wandering albatross. It has very long wings and a sharp hooked beak. Giant petrels are nicknamed stinkers because of their horrible fishy smell. Some seabirds like to eat other bird eggs. Snow petrels guard their nest to keep their eggs safe. A squaw tries to steal a snow peddler's egg from its nest. The snow peddler spits yellow oil at the squaw to scare it away. Race for the pole. The South Pole is the most southern place in Antarctica. In 1911, 2 teams of explorers, one from Norway and one from Britain, set out to find it. This photo shows Scott's British team pulling heavy supplies and equipment. Roald Amundsen used husky dogs to pull his supplies. They were very fast. Robert Scott went a different way and set his dogs back to base camp. Amundsen found the South Pole first. Scott found it 1 month later. The weather turned much colder. Scott's team didn't survive the journey home. Antarctica Adventures. Sir Ernest Shackleton wanted to be the first person to travel from one side of Antarctica to the other. His journey begins in 1914. Shackleton and his crew sailed in a ship to Antarctica, Before they could land, their ship was trapped in the ice. This photo is Shackleton's ship trapped in ice. It was called Endurance. This ship was crushed and it sank. Some of the men sailed in lifeboats to find help, and the crew were rescued. Good guess. Every year, lots of tourists visit Antarctica. They must follow a set of rules to make sure they don't harm the wildlife. Only 100 tourists from each ship are allowed on Antarctica at the same time. They must not get too close to the birds and animals. People follow these rules to make sure Antarctica is not spoiled. Tourists and scientists must take all their waste back home with them when they leave. Glossary of Antarctica words. Here are some of the words in this book you might not know. This page tells you what they mean. Ice shelf. Ice attached to Antarctica that floats on the sea. Iceberg. A massive block of ice that has broken off an ice shelf. Research station. A building where scientists live and do experiments. Thermals. Special clothing that trap heat and keep the body warm. Icebreaker. A strong ship that breaks through thick ice to clear a path. South Pole. The most southern place in Antarctica. Husky dogs. Fast dogs that pulled the first Antarctic explorer equipment. Website to visit. If you have a computer, you can find out more about Antarctica on the internet. On the Usborne Quick Links website, there are links to 4 fun websites. Website 1. Dress a scientist in Antarctica clothing. Website 2. Listen to the calls of penguin chicks. Website 3. Watch a video clip about elephant seals. Website 4. Try to keep an egg warm in this penguin game. To visit these websites, go to www.usborne/quicklinks.com. Read the internet safety guidelines and then type the keywords Beginners Antarctica. The websites are regularly reviewed and the links in Usborne Quick Links are updated. However, Usborne Publishing is not responsible and does not accept liability for the content or availability of any website other than its own. We recommend that children are supervised while on the internet. This picture shows an iceberg above and below the water. Thank you for watching the video. Hope you liked it. Bye.